Zero player. That is what this puzzle is called. And yes, it's just a static image, and it's big enough that there's noticeable lag in your browser or image editor if you zoom in and out. This has got a lot of feedback that seems great. Like, I don't understand how a static image blew my mind at least 10 times. The creator also posted it in my personal server. I don't know if I should advertise a personal Discord for server. I don't do it very much. But anyway, I guess we'll just get started. Like, we know, I mean, I know that the bottom, well, I don't really know that the bottom left. Could you imagine if this wasn't the start? Yeah, it's like, it's got controls. You know, fake controls, because you can't actually interact. We can just pretend this is a game until someone makes an interactive version of this, and I regret making this video. Also, it is called Zero Player, so an interactive version is kind of unfaithful in a way. For now, let's, like, just imagine moving these. Like, it seems like you can move these, like, I don't know what that wind, like, maybe it's just representing the move. But yes, it's like currently they seem to be sliding puzzles where you have to move this upwards, you move this to the right, and then move this up, and then it connects the wire. And there's a bridge here. Seems like I can just go and push this left, this up, and this up. But that would actually break the bridge. Alright, we gotta pull the image editor because while I can visualize this, I have a feeling my words are not enough. I mean, there's so much empty space, honestly, that's super easy, but you just do this, move this in here, and then move this piece down by one. And then you move this piece that we moved away back into position, and that basically just swaps it, and then makes the bridge complete, so there we go. Okay, wait, but we can't satisfy everything this bridge needs to, right? I don't know. There's this that should also be powered up. Like, this is weird. Like, I don't know that we can power up both sides of this. Can we? I mean, we could obviously just move this here, but I got a feeling that this one will also be some sort of a joke in a way. We can definitely get from the bottom. Yeah, we can definitely get from the bottom to up here, but can we do it from this angle? I don't think so. We basically assume that, like, it doesn't matter because there's so much empty space we can do whatever we want in it. So in other words, I'm just gonna swap these around in an image editor, obviously. Of course, this piece doesn't really exist. But even though there's a lot of broken, like, open wires, this clearly connects to the bottom, and then, because I already mentioned there was a path that allowed this to work, we can connect up here into a heart. Ah, shoot. The thing is, what if what if all hearts need to be on? Because I saw this heart in the teaser. This is not the only heart in the map. You can see there's multiple, and maybe all of them need to be on. Well, I guess it shouldn't matter, because this entire portion, like, we've already done the puzzle in an isolated way already. We just need to continue across this side. Okay. So, is there a loop or something that might be going on here? Of course, I know I can move these upwards and then move this into place, so it seems like here, here, here would be the thing that you would make. Except, there's something weird with why that's there. But we can follow this trail into... into... into yellow already, okay. So here's yellow. Oh, are these, like, checkpoints? Because I looked at, like, so... You have this thing, and there's, like, also a bunch of whites that come, like, just come output, like, these are individualized, like, in, like, isolated things just from looking at them. Holy, what are these things? Anyway, to not get distracted. So it's not possible to bring this to here. It's just not possible to connect here to here in any way. But you can connect this to this. So probably the mechanic that's showing is that these can be turned on and then they'll stay on. Now, do they go in both directions? Maybe. Like let's say this white, after we turn it on, because we know that this path connected to that sign from earlier, right? So it goes back on, and then it can also go back and power this if we rearrange these pieces again. You see what I mean? Like, we relied on this in being in this situation because the white was coming from here, but now the white is coming from that checkpoint both ways. We can use that to power on this track as well. So we kind of have two things to explore. This like opens a gate. I guess that this is probably the gate that it opens. And we would want to do that, and this is an isolated thing that would be nice to complete. But this kind of looks like a thing that you can definitely solve no matter what, doesn't it? Like, this setup is where you can place a piece in here, then slide the other one, and then put that piece here. So that will allow you to swap too. You can also move this entire thing around like a snake, so you can shift it as much as you want. And, you know, obviously it's 4 of these. Just like the formation is obvious, and there are 4 verticals, 4 horizontals. I'm not going to notate the actual moves. This is where the playtime comes from. Just kidding. But also, yeah, that does not seem like that would be impossible in any way. So we will assume that this is on because we can do it. Anyway, on back to the main line. It goes through here. Now this one can go in through here and activate a door. Ooh, but there's power on this one, which is interesting. I almost want the power one to go in there then, don't I? But then what is that power on? This door, I mean. What does that even do? The height is kind of messing with me. The height, honestly, like the 3D-ness is cool in a way that like implies that someone made a really good 2D grid editor or a 3D model or this. Yeah, there's the Blender file. I just looked. Okay, but as I was saying, when you think about the heights, I don't get that yet. Like, is it just blocking a beam? I thought it was blocking a door. I thought it was triggering this door, but maybe, like, this is a physical wall, and connecting that removes the wall. So this is what it's actually doing. Sure, sure, okay. So probably the idea is you power that on by moving that there first, then you remove it, putting it back, but it's going to be whitened now, and then you move this block in. So then you can use this block and move it to the right. So now it takes up this space, and then we can just connect it here. And that's pretty good because this power will then move to the right. And yeah, us moving this block up here means that there's a connection. And then this is powered on. Okay, where does that lead? Tons of power here. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be something that makes power bad. Also, this is a rigid block, and it will probably move all on its own. Like, moving to the left here will power every one of these. And then into here. Okay, there is, of course, not much you can do to make these move around. I mean, this is force. I bet we make that white as a checkpoint, right? Well, this needs to connect. Then, no, this is already connected. It just doesn't look it because I'm a poopy image editor, but it will go here, into here, and then power this on. And then we do this, and then connect here. I feel like I should extend the width of these because being in an image editor allows me to do this. Look at that. Oh, right, that door is not supposed to be there. Heart, there we go. Might as well heart that door heart that one as well. Hold on. We need to mark this as white as well. This path is also honestly white. Okay, so is it possible to power on all of these? Yeah, well, no. You can go here and connect to here by moving this piece downwards, so this should be connected. Then you can move it to touch the downwards one. So that's on. And then move this over here where there's a wire, so let's imagine this wire is on. Okay, of course it goes to the side. Of course it does, and then this one can power here by moving it, and then this can move to this by, you know, like it's like, I don't need to explain why this can move here and here to power everything on, and then this one can move here, okay? That's really convenient, the flood fill works that well here. Okay, so here, okay, can't visualize that well at this moment, but there are 2 empty spaces, so we can probably move everything to everywhere. But it seems like I can't connect to the right immediately. That would make sense, yeah. Okay, so I'll also set up a thing where I can do this. Not that it's not still completely awkward to do it, but honestly, I'm pretty sure this is just like, we don't need to show this off because with 2 empty spaces, any space can really move to any other space, but here we go. This means that this is powered now. Probably want to switch to... Oh, actually, you can't do it that directly. You need to do this. Swap. Swap. I hope I didn't mess up. I don't think I did, but this is kind of a mess. Kind of here for now. Drag this down. Here. I still feel like I probably messed it up. Oh my god. Only in the sense it's taking a lot longer than it should. We can rotate this all the way around to get the L piece here. Yep. Move this up, and there we go. So this powers on this. Here. Okay. Here. Here. Here, drop this in temporarily, drop this. These pieces move in here. Now rotate this around. This top one also goes. And then move this in L shape. There we go. Okay, so there is the white connecting all the way up here, which is also a white. Okay, it's a white piece. So now all we need to do is this, and then here. I don't know why my image editor is doing that, but yeah, we have a connection from here now. Maybe it's like lagging too much. Where does this lead? Yes, the single image thing lags. Oh, it's a gate that... Huh. Wait, how do we access that section? Actually, this white line has already been here from the start. I didn't like filled in that white line or anything. And this one is the one that leads right here with the green. So this is actually the tutorial for the rigid piece where you have to move it in a way. Wait, it seems pretty straightforward, almost too straightforward that would land here. But yeah, that will fill in the gap. So then this will be open. Okay, there's no way that situation will work. So like actually this piece is going to need to like move completely out of the way. Lol. Okay, fix the background. This still doesn't look very good. But you can see that like this piece can move. Ugh. It's not rendering both layers at the same time. I have a layer underneath that's supposed to be like a regular background colored, but it's literally so laggy it doesn't render, I guess. But yeah, it'll move through here. I know it doesn't look like it, but the bottom right space is actually an empty, so it does move down from here into here. Oh god, the perils of image editing. But okay, that's how the pieces move past each other, and then this one just moves up, and now they are connected the way that they should be. Okay, next. Oh, I feel like this piece has to get out of here. Move down. Oh my god. Cloning isn't real. Move both these pieces up, which is like a shorthand, basically. And it's going to turn into some rush hour puzzling at this point, but you move these through. Okay, try to delete. Okay, there we go. The transparency works now, and this is definitely like supposed to be done before the earlier one, right? I don't even know. But yes, this is now connected, and we already powered that gate. What the hell is happening with my image editor? But we powered that gate, like, literally is the thing that we just did, so this is actually open, and there we go. This is our new passage. This is a new thing to do. This room up here is suspicious. Like, what is this doing? Like, as in, what does it even connect to? It doesn't look hard. It's like this giant piece moves to the right, and then this can move up, and this can continue moving to the right until this edge will block this, but in which case you just move this back down again. It just seems pretty easy. Like, I don't even think there's any errant movement with this moving up and down. Anyway, let's just do this right now. This piece is obviously moving left at the moment. Is this some sort of power on loop or something that it's trying to show? Because there's no way this can be both in the left and right position at the same time. Okay, we'll move this, like, visually move this left despite the fact that the background keeps glitching, and... So there's I mean, this doesn't go here. This goes, like... It needs to go underneath here because there's no way that branching thing stays there and then it moves down. And then moves down here. Okay, now we have the opportunity to create a loop, isn't it? Isn't this true? So this is like a power source now. Okay, nice. Nice. I also, by the way, I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but I would like to point out the circular shape of this. The circular-ish shape is kind of like the other circles in a way. So maybe you could say it's foreshadowing, but maybe like squares would be even better foreshadowing. Anyway, let's fill that in as light. And that should mean that it just stays powered, like, according to, like, this. Otherwise, there's no way to continue getting power in. Okay. Here, maybe the same thing, but I bet it's going to be, like, more, it's going to be harder to do. Yeah, now there's this. And there's a very silly big piece, which will be tough to maneuver around. Probably not actually that tough to maneuver around. It'll be more tough in my editor, though. So this piece needs to move, like, here all out of the way in order to have the swap happen. And now we do something like this. Then this down to here. This moves here. And now I can move this piece down here. Dude, does anyone like the spaghetti cuts that I'm making? The best game art imaginable. Maybe it'll frustrate someone enough that, like, an interactive version is going to be made, and then it's going to be all satisfying. Anyway, into here we go. Obviously, this next one goes to the left again. And now it's like a do-it-yourself loop, isn't it? Well, it feels like this piece. Okay, we're not going to bother, like... There's obviously so much space that you can connect any location to any location, so... Yeah, it's really... It's really obvious to me that we're doing this. Okay, here. This, of course. And then the two straight verticals are here and here. And that's how you make the loop in a DIY way, and then that's powered on... And we can do it. Yay. Now, it certainly made it seem like the square is the only way to make the loop, but it feels like that shouldn't actually be the case. Like, any symbol seems like like, any loop seems like it should work. Or making, like, a mini loop this time. It seems like we can make the mini loop. But the question is there, like, some way that's forced to stay powered? Because I doubt that we can, like, in the game's logic, we can move this 2x2 square all at once. Which, you know, it has a loop, so it will have power, but it's very breakable power. We also haven't had puzzles that, like, bring blocks from one puzzle to another yet. Hold on. The static image got an update. So, I gotta use this weeb to PNG converter again. Conversion credits exceeded? Alright, we're back. And of course, I don't have any of my previous progress. But okay, right, we had this, we have the loop. Now the question is, what do you do? Well, honestly, just assembling this is making it much more obvious than previous, right? Like, I just put it in the middle, but this is the position it needs to be. Because you do this, and now the charge is in the center. And now when I do this, it'll stay charged because of the loop, and you can put it here, and then the charge goes this way. Okay. That doesn't explain how to get to the top, maybe. Well, honestly, getting to the top of that is not difficult. If we just need to power this on, but I do wonder if it will break by accident or something, because this place does need a bottom heart to stay on, and I don't know what these are about. Seriously. There's no actual height that matters, is there? Why are these powered? Is there some connectivity that's going to happen? These lower areas are weird to me. Oh my god, sorry for another interruption, but I was looking around at, like, discussions, like, in my server and etc., like, where the game has been posted around, and Leaving Leaves has made a puzzle script interactive version. That's just unbelievable. It's only been like a day. Okay, wait, no, we got bait and switched a little bit. It is not the full game that has been recreated, but still, it's crazy. There's only another level in here. Alright, we're gonna get so derailed. Here's the bottom right of this. I feel like I should just do it. So it's obviously about keeping a loop and being able to move it to the right. It doesn't really seem like it should be an issue. But of course, the 4x4 square will be forced to keep it open. I think what we need to do, I mean, obviously here, and then this, you would do this first. I'm not literally going through the block there. And that powers this on, move to the other side, take this block and move it through here. Go here, activating the 4x4. During this step, the bottom right was a loop, so, you know, there's no issue there. Now here, I need to reverse the step in a way, because this square, I cannot add anything to it good, like, at all. So let's move this away. Move this here. Basically, invert the whole setup. See what I'm going for here? Now that, okay, this doesn't look like a loop because it's too far away, but, like, this is a loop. We never broke this square at any point, so that's good, and, like, it's still powered. Here, the bottom left will still be powered as they make this move. And just repeat. Here. This is the same sequence as last time where we move this out of the way, and this out of the way, then here, down here. I guess I'm just being precise because of potential parity issues, but we are basically done. This one will move here, and now we don't need to do anything for the last step because the bottom right will be already powered, so I can just do that, and this white is done. Now this one, I feel like I solved it intuitively, like, way earlier. Dude, I got distracted again with British Video SAS Jam, and now there's like 2 more updates, and one of the updates is fixing problems from one of the previous updates. It's really showing how derailed I can get when doing videos. Anyway, like, I forgot everything. Okay, this could not go in the midpoint. The reason is because, like, if this piece moves, there's no way we could do a 2x2 ever. Because the 2x2 would always break when you move this. So this thing is going to be, like, primarily on the bottom. Or top, because symmetry doesn't matter. So let's move this into here. So now that's charged. More importantly, this 2x2 down here is charged. You can just do this, and then this, and probably repeat the whole thing. And then you move this to the right, because now the 2x2 is on the top. Move this here. Charging up. That's literally just repeat. I am not going to show. Like, we literally just got the same situation, but moved one to the right. And it's so obvious. So you just move this, this. Anyway. Mark this, and Okay, let's do whatever this was because we kind of failed at it. I didn't do it immediately. So first step looks forced, although this is a diagonal, so we're probably doing some loopy thing. Yeah, I see it, I see it. Okay, it's actually way easier than I like thought, because like look at this. You make this, and now the bottom is like a powered loop. Rotate these around. Now we should be able to get past this choke point. There's whoa, I didn't mean to zoom in. There's another block here, by the way. Actually, it seems like we might have a problem without that block. Yeah, okay, we can't do without this block. We need to move it like here. And then move this into this. And we kept this preserved, and now we're going to preserve this. And now we just move around. These three blocks are going to move down into that position, and then over and over and over again until it can occupy this space. And then we keep this powered as the three blocks move here. Okay, so that can power this. And, I mean, okay, so this is more restrictive. It's not all directions, so it needs to look kind of like a ladder. These pieces are flexible enough to seemingly be able to move around anywhere. Where's the exit's all the way down there, though. But, I don't really see that. Could it be anything other than this? It doesn't really seem like it could ever, like, leave the vertical. No, that's wrong. You can, in fact, leave the vertical. If you move these... I'm moving these as a pair, but you can move them individually, by the way. You can just move the right one from the right side. You can do a loop of 6, but it looks bad. This is just for an example, by the way. I know it's not going to be powered after I do this, but here would be a loop of 6. I don't think it's good. Okay, so like this, I mean, it must go through here. There's no way else to retain a loop. So really, it is just a ladder, but it's like from the right side, from the left side instead. So you move these as if individually. By the way, I'm not moving it through the wall. Moving it individually through here as well. And there's always going to be a 2x2 that connects to itself. Yes, but now we're kind of broken. No, you're not. Because at this point, you have this side all powered as a loop. So what you need is here. And there we go. It's connected now. Yay! All right. So now we can reverse this and just go back with your steps. And this is like, of course, self-powered, so we don't need to have a connection to it. So we have power from here, but, I mean, okay, so there's only 2 candidates for whatever could go up here. It's either here that connects to this, which I really don't see a path for. I mean, okay, you know what? I actually see it for the left one, which is funny that you don't need the right to actually connect up here. You don't even need a loop at all. But okay, this is on. And that leads to... That is a closed loop right now. Ah, but I see there's a branch in the wall. So, okay, first of all, connect. And this is used to get a loop. Now, I don't know how we're going to enter it, really, but it will happen, and it's only in one of 2 ways. I guess the one that is more outwards, like here. Yeah, there we go. Well, we've done it, basically. Here, and the other 2. Okay. And now this is obviously on now. And the loop is on. So now I can move this to the top, and we have entered the hub, seemingly. And so many people have talked about how cursed this game apparently gets. And, okay, I've decided I'm going to continue this video past 20 minutes, although it's probably going to be a drain on my sanity in a way. Just because nothing, like, super insane has happened yet. And I want to look for a Oh my god, what is the hell is going on there? It's leaking all over the floor. What's this half one? Is the color ever gonna matter? Can it fall in holes, by the way? Are these pieces movable? Is this a movable piece? Because how... Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Do you ever get to know what's beneath or not? Oh my god. It's nice how this one, like, goes... I can... Basically, I'm solving blue section right now as I'm looking at it. And we can still just move the 2 blues out of the way for that one. 8. Okay. I mean, we're not gonna say that this is a piece. That's too far. Doesn't seem like it could fit anywhere. So okay. We would be going into way super spoiler territory if any of that actually mattered. Although now I'm starting to wonder if, like, things can fall in holes or where this even connects to. Okay, you know what? This is too far. We're ending the video now. Bye. See ya.